Right. This should now be constantly requesting various gubbins. On that note, maybe I should make sure that if I can load these, I do. Because if it gets past that point, it just gets all shoveled back down to Novice. Alright, anyway. That's all we're going to be faffing around with the station for now. We will come back to the station in a bit. How is it doing down here? Have we run out? We are almost running out, yeah. It's going to very, very soon be time for us to get way more coal on the belt, honestly. Yeah, I wonder if there is a way to get more of this moving around a bit faster, because it is taking an age to get that down here. But either way, I'm surprised that we haven't had a biter incursion in a little while. I mean, actually, no, we do definitely have pollution. The factory is doing stuff, so... Alright, but we need to set up a coal depot. As I mentioned, to-do list, got to get coal, got to get uranium. The new oil rig is done, though, so that one can go. Improved dispatch layout. Yeah, these are important. Civilize savage lands by introducing tea. Migrate factory functions to module outposts. Not super necessary right now. I'm going to say that civilizing savage lands is of higher importance to me. But yeah, getting a coal depot is big. Cargo bays increase launch and landing rate. Alright. Cargo bays. Oh, I'm in the map, that's why. No, I wasn't. Lies. Oh. Fair. Alright, let's, cargo. Right. Worker cargo, space platform, got that. Let's see what that branches down into, because I imagine it's going to be something along those lines. Oh, no. Are we... What's the research called? They're a building, no research. Is it something I can already make? Oh, yeah, it is. Huh. Fair enough. I wasn't aware. Steel, blue belts, and low density structures. All right. No idea how much these stack to, though, so let's have a quick look. Stack size is 10. Ooh, they've got a quality thing. Inventory size, but oh. So quality, cargo bays would be worth it, but right now let's just get cargo bays. Now, what do I do with cargo bays exactly? I assume I build, considering what people have been saying, I assume I build it on the side of the silo, but can I build it on the side of this one? Would I need to? I can add them to the landing pads here to increase inventory size, right? Gary says, also, I think I should have started with the rail wheel. Now that I know how to train, I definitely would like to have bigger resource patches. Yeah. Duffelfish says, you can append the landing pad of the space platform core. Do you mean or of? You can't use inserters on cargo bays. Or, okay. Well, I got them down here, so... Oh, that's pretty cool. Would this work? I only assume so. Given that, let's move things around a little bit. Damn it, I was not expecting you to be set up quite yet. Oh, got there just in time. Increases the hub and landing pad inventory size. Is that it? I mean, I guess. I mean, it's useful, you know, regardless. Oh, that's quite cool. Oh, I like that a lot. They also increase the rate that you can send and receive cargo pods. Yeah, I like that. That is very cool. I assume that having it only on one side isn't going to really help me that much. I need it. I kind of need the whole thing to be on both ends, effectively. Actually, yeah. Oh. Oh, you can... I was assuming it had to be touching. Oh, right. Okay, well, that actually changes things a little bit. Not a whole lot, but... a little. I still love the way that all of the interconnected textures, though. Big fan of that. Do I actually have any bulk inserters? I do have bulk inserters down here, yeah. Well, there isn't as much reason to add them down here, but... still, they're on the network, so I may as well. I'm assuming they're going to inherit the filter settings. That might be a bold assumption. Yes, good. Okay. Oh, let's head back to Gorsedwen then. Ha. This poses a problem. That, I guess, I might need to use the bulk inserters then. Say goodbye to you. No, we'll just do it like that as well. But if I want to place those down up here, going to be a little bit more of a problem. Yeah, they are. Fit a grand total of 2. Might actually need to go with radar in the end. Wasn't really expecting this. Oh, that said, could just tunnel it. No idea where that goes. Does it go in here? It does not. I would like to get rid of that bloody ice, though. My lord. So I guess I'll have this one here just purely so I can set it to filter out something that I don't want on the belt. Sorry, in the inventory. God damn it. I suppose they just get deleted in the event that you have to pull something off a belt. Able only if I'm space science is below 1,000. Oh, it's rather is above 1,000. Go. I know I want to rebuild it, but I'm not going to. I have one cargo bay connected to just 2 tiles of my landing pad for maximum inserter space. On that one cargo bay, I can chain 50 more. That's a good point, actually, Bentham. That's a very good point. That is a very good point. Just put it here and then just build down. The more I learn about how this works, the more I am desperately wanting to redesign everything I've built. Ugh. Struggle is real. Actually, I might well want to do this and then branch over to there. Yeah, I could just take, add a couple more over here, get rid of that. Just continue to build that out. No, I'm not gonna, no, I refuse. Bilal wants me to give in. Bilal is like the devil on my shoulder in black and white, always telling me to burn the villagers. I just want to be nice. But Bilal's like, nah, they demanded something off you. You should smash their house and then we on them. Or better yet, teach your creature to do it and then just tell them to do it all the time. All right, there we go. That's going to take a while to fill up because it's only going to send up a stack of like 10, but good enough for now. What we need to do is swing out, wipe out a bunch of the nests around here, then go take care of coal, because coal is rough. Thankfully, due to the large amount of carbon that we've got, not a huge problem for us. I'm surprised I'm not seeing any carbon over here, though. Right, how is the production of these going? Oh! Oh, it's sending it up. Nice. Bye-bye. Let's go and watch it arrive, at least. Building in Space Age, building on the space platform specifically, I will say, has got the same feel for me as... where is that broken? But it's got the same... Oh, I can see why. It's going backwards. It has the same feel for me as building in Tiny Glade. Oh, good lord. Okay, that... Wow. Tiny what? Tiny Glade. Haven't you seen Tiny Glade? Hello? You know what? Maybe I should do a first taste on it if you haven't heard of it. But this definitely has the same sort of feel to me. This belt is full of ice. Why is there so much ice on the belt? Oh. You know why there's so much ice on the belt? Because this needs to go down there. Oh, wait. No, it doesn't. Damn it. It needs to connect... Okay, so I need to grab the green wire here. Connect that up instead. There we go. This... The reason why I had this initially was to make sure that this could always see one of everything. Because if it ever doesn't see something, it'll stop counting it. It's only ordering this list by the lowest, and if it's not there, 0 doesn't exist as far as the signals are concerned. So I had to initialize the list with what everything has at least a value of 1, and that way it would always cycle to something, and then would build up from there. The only issue here is that these are basically always filtering up. So they always get fed to this. I suppose because I didn't build that upwards, I can change this out a little bit. Yeah. That works. Now it'll only offload it if it manages to get past all of the white science production buildings. Which is when I know it truly isn't needed. There you go, that's a little bit better. I lament the lost smelter though, so let's fix that before we go back down to Novus. Actually, that way I don't have to worry about setting up the filter. There we are. Nice. Okay, it's got deadlock protection against the outer belt. A degree of deadlock protection on the inner belt. I don't think it can jam now. It'll be a while before that ice gets used up, which is kind of a shame, but it is what it is. But it's also making use of the space platform as well. All right, nice. I know technically it is a game written in Rust. Interesting comparison. One certainly has less wires and logic though. Yeah, oh yeah. But that's why I said specifically that it's the building on the space platform that reminds me of Tiny Glade. A statement I stand by. Just the way things kind of like clunk together and just like erupt out of the ground. Has a very Tiny Glade feel to it for me. The theming is obviously couldn't be more opposite, but right. Okay. 15 minutes and then tea break, chat. We spent the first 2 hours of the stream doing something completely unrelated to my to-do list. Much like tradition dictates, if we started doing the to-do list straight away, people would wonder if this was an Aavak stream. If I don't spend at least the first 2 hours painting 3 paintings and designing a working flying machine, then I'd get all sorts of questions and funny looks. Thank you. Oh, wow. Lady Sheila just distracted me. I'm fairly certain if she had popped into this room 5 seconds earlier, I would have died to that train. My God, that was amazing because I looked away completely. Oh, that look back and the train's just rushing past. It's like, whoa. All right, but yeah, we'll go on a tea break in about 15 minutes. That'll give me enough time to set up a little mining outpost over here. Alright. We'll first lay down the mining machines. That doesn't need to be here. No. If you want, chat. I can't imagine why. Did I put the... I did not. No, I did not. Alright. Let's grab you. Yoink. I do like the cut and paste nature of this. Donk. Nothing there to cut. Oh, no, wait. What am I doing? I don't really be able to fit one, but sure. We'll try and maximize the miners so that I can get through the ore deposit as fast as I can. But as soon as I've laid out the shape of this, I will then clean it up. Okay, nothing down there. I'm about to make one bot very unhappy as it tries. Oh, wow. I managed to stand just in the gap. I was going to say it's going to be there trying to get rid of the... rather, try and build something where I'm stood. Just beeping angrily at me. Oh crap, didn't realize that was going to suddenly turn on. Right, actually, yeah, let me quickly clean this up. That's fine. Okay. Oh, this is going to cause a little bit of an issue, but hopefully one we can fix. Train sensei? Wow. You're giving the trains quite a lot of authority with that. Now the real question is, does Train Sensei wear glasses? And if so, do they pose when they're pushing the glasses up their nose? Hey Dark Ivan, how you doing, mate? There we go. Gonna need to go and pick up a bunch more miners, but that's fine. Would you want to argue with the train as it comes barreling down the track? That is actually very true. Train Sensei it is then. Chat is now heavily invested in the conversation about the honorifics one would use with a train. Never change, Dapper Chat. You are the best of us. Right. Bullet train is probably still doing the rounds. There are enough supplies here for bullet train to supply all of the outposts we will ever build. Maybe. There we are. We are making logistics bots. Occasionally. Very infrequently. That's fine. It's good enough. How are we doing down? Oh, we're actually doing very nice down here. It's been a while since we've seen that. I'm actually thinking about increasing this so that we can have many more trains brought over. So to that end, whoop. No, that is not what I wanted to do. Let's go somewhere else. Whoop. Like so. If I were to just plonk that there or orient it slightly. Actually, let's grab 4. No, that is not... Oh, bollocks. Why did I do that? It's fine. Right. And now... Yep. Perfect. It should now let me know how many trains it could accommodate. 4 of them. This should be calculating the oil. Yep. Very nice. We've now got a storage capacity of 1.2. Oop. Fuel train. Very nice. Already visiting. That was very lucky because that particular stop fills up slowly. So we were just at the right time to get this train brought over here. This one almost certainly has enough to call a train. It does. So we should be seeing fluid train heading up here as soon as it hits the depot. It'll head down to depot first and then get dispatched. Oh, yeah, sorry. I meant to say 8, not 4. In my head, I was thinking 4 X4, not total. So instead of X8, Y2, I was just using the X coordinate. Effectively, I wanted to add in blocks of 16, but not in long blocks of 16. That's why I added 4 of them. So 16, 32, 48. Why do the trains go to the depot between jobs? Because this is a push-pull system. The depot monitors both whether there is somewhere that wants a resource, somewhere that can provide a resource, and keeps track of which jobs trains have been sent out for. So with the just purely interrupts, you can more or less create a kind of pseudo push-pull system in that when a train is first checks if somewhere wants a resource and then checks if somewhere has that resource is also available and then dispatches itself to go pick up things and then bring them back to the place that was requesting it. However, because trains will only reserve a slot at a station when they're headed to that station, so in the example I just gave you, station 1 would be the pickup stop and station 2 would be the drop-off stop. The train will only reserve a position at the pickup stop. So that leaves other trains on the network to see that the drop-off stop wants cargo and hasn't got a train there already. And if we get to the point where we've got like, let's use an example. My iron ore drop-off wants a train to deliver iron ore. I've got 4 different mines that all have a train's worth of iron ore available. In this particular example, if I have 4 trains without a job, all 4 of them will go to a different iron mine each to collect a full load of iron. And then all 4 will try to deliver it to a station that only wanted 1 train. So you end up with 3 trains that now can't drop their cargo and will have to wait for the iron to be used up so that they can each get to the cargo drop-off one after the other and drop it off. The dispatcher, our little area down here, prevents that. Because when a train is dispatched to go to a pickup stop, that effectively cancels out any further requests from a drop-off location. Too much brain hurt. Okay, so Long story short, Dark Ivan, this makes sure that my trains don't try to do a job that they don't need to do. That only exactly as many trains as are necessary ever go to do a job. Hopefully that that clears things up for you. Right, let's go and clear out these nests so I can go on tea break. The talk says, I was struggling with the same problem. I ended up contenting myself with a non-generic push system. Yep. It's really not that difficult to do either. I effectively just use radar signals. I say it's not that difficult to do. It went through several iterations where I was getting the logic right, but at this point, the system will carefully manage that. Good lord. You've got many tenants over here. This might actually take me a couple of minutes to do. I'm not a great fan of that, I've got to be honest. But we want to do this definitely while the sun is up and our batteries are charging a little bit more. Because otherwise, well, we're already taking a bit of trouble, but it's fine. And that's cleared. Let's try not to be slowed down by the gunk. Get within range. Oh. Let my bots repair. Okay. Surprende! Man, imagine just waking up in the morning, going outside, what a beautiful day, and then all of a sudden some maniac in a tank just rolls up and wrecks your life. It's poor biters. I can't even say they were really the aggressors, because they only started aggressing when I started, ruining the atmosphere. Though some might say that they're actually nicer. And I maintain that since the biters only evolve when, like, they kind of speed up production and evolution as you produce more pollution, that it's more akin to just getting better food. They're growing big and strong from all of that horrid pollution that we're producing, which kind of changes the narrative a little bit to, no, they're not actually trying to attack. They're just trying to come over here and just attach themselves to the exhaust pipes of our factories and just slurp up that juicy pollution. My batteries are basically gone right now, which kind of sucks. Let's do our best. To be much more aggressive though against the actual accrued biters. Need to try and avoid letting them gang up on me, because they will do a decent amount of damage. Uh-oh. Maybe crashing through their homes was not the best idea. That sudden loss of momentum was a bit rough. God, those big worms have got a long range there. Oof. Surprised I've still got enough power to use my lasers, honestly. I guess Truck-chan is... Yeah, Truck-chan's power grid is the one that's really low. Mine is actually decently high, but I'm kind of surprised that I'm able to use my lasers from within the tank. That also is a little bit confusing. It's not like with the buggy where I can easily justify, yeah, I'm just leaning out the window and throwing grenades. Inside a tank, one would assume, to justify the increased defense that the tank is offering, that there are no convenient windows that I can lean out of. Oh my god, I'm so slow. Okay. Any more I need to deal with? You and these two up there, because they would potentially be an issue for the coal mine. Gun port makes sense. Yeah, no, absolutely. If it was just a gun, but it's not. It's my personal laser defense system. I can't imagine that is necessarily, you know, window compliant. What am I doing? Just leaving my whole body outside of the gun port in order to allow the automated laser defense module backpack to do its thing? That lasers just go through the glass windows. Oh, God. That's right. My tank is actually a greenhouse on tank treads. True facts. Oh boy, is work busy today. Yay for an Aavak stream. White noise keeps me from losing my mind. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Bubbles. I hope that at least if work is busy, that work will pass quickly. I'm standing half outside the hatch. Clearly not, but I like the idea of it. I would like it even more, though, if I had a sword. Then I could get the full 40k feeling. You know, just drive me closer to the enemy tank so I can hit them with my sword. Okay, that's fine. As long as only these are taking damage. I can only assume that from what chat has been saying that the much easier time I'm having with enemies on Novus is just that enemies on the other planets are crazy, crazy nasty. And that is why. Didn't you used to do Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead? Yep. Yeah. Still do on occasion. I haven't done a series on it in a very long time, though. What I'm hearing is that Aavak needs to return to... See, that's the thing. In my soul, that's probably it, is that I'm playing with default settings right now, and the last time I played with default settings, I don't know, Britain was still a part of the European Union. The last time I played a solo game was probably around then, and back then I only played on, like, Death World with a Rail World kind of bias. Right, so that has cleaned out the perimeter to some degree. We've still got some issues there, but for the most part, we're okay. Big gold train heading to... Where are you heading? Refueling. So you're coming down here to get some coal. Which will not last for very long, sadly. Carbon, unfortunately, really doesn't do a lot for us, though. That is amazing, though. I'm really liking that. Let's check out Goddesset when. It's doing okay. It's requesting more carbon asteroids. Always more carbon asteroids. There we go. Okay, things are actually looking a lot better over here now. Like a load better. I think adding in the translation between iron ore and iron plate was well needed, though. that is now being counted. It's just counted as potential future iron plate. That's big. Okay. Alright, then, chat. I will allow you to walk. Actually, I'll drive down there rather than just sitting over here. I will drive down to the landing pad so that we can watch the rockets coming in. Maybe I should set it up here though, but well, oh, it is what it is. No. That way you can enjoy the spectacle. We'll keep the map zoomed out though, so you can enjoy the spectacle even more. That's actually quite cool. That's remarkably cool. I like it a lot. Is it solid fuel time instead of coal? I mean, honestly, I could run rocket fuel down to the trains if I wanted to. You want to watch the iron box? The iron box is right there. Can't you see it? Do you need to pop it into the opticians? Get their eyes checked? Don't tell me you can't read the writing on the side of the iron box. Chat, how many fingers am I holding up in the tank right now? And whilst you try to work that out, I'm going to go on tea break. We shall be back in about 2 to 5 to 7 to 10 minutes. I'll be back in a certain amount of time. I urge you to get up, stretch your legs, and go grab yourselves a drink. Back very soon. We had a revolt. You're not in charge anymore, says Sally. So, I'm going to be honest, I was never in charge of chat to begin with. The good thing about that is I'm also not responsible for them. You're responsible for yourselves. How terrifying is that? Right, let's head on back up. I should have everything I... Oh. Don't pay attention to your inventory and trash chat. I should have... Yeah, I've got all the... Oh, my lord. Yep. How did I hit the cliff, my lord? And then, let's get the rest of this place all set up. Release the drones. That cliff just jumped out at you. I saw it, thanks, but I always knew I could count on you. Now then, in order to bring all of this together... I'm not really thinking of doing anything too snazzy. Since these belts are not going to be particularly full, I'll have those merge. And then 2 of these ones can merge as well. But then this one can just be freestanding. Let's find my belt balancer. I will eventually get all of these things together in a better way. Actually, I'll bring it over here instead because it's a little bit more clean over there. So, you're going to need to come this way. And... we're going to want you... out there. So I don't have to use a bridge for something silly here. You there. And this one. Right about there. Oh, yeah. Right, so that gives me a bunch of belts, and we can now just clean this little area up for the station. Now, this is going to be a chunky station, because it makes sense for it to be. May as well make it a large-scale, a full 2.8 train for this one, which means the station is likely going to start somewhere around here, go across there, and then we're going to branch it down. Question is there a break? There is a little break right there that I could come back out on. So that should work. And link up with that route there. Yeah. Okay. So we want 2.8 cargo pickup. Let's try and line up that point about here. That would actually be nice. Clunk. One train at a time. This is going to be for coal. Of course, when I'm talking about like one train at a time, I'm talking about the max limit. You could conceivably have a couple more, but... Alright, from here, I'm definitely going to want to make sure that this can now handle longer trains. So that needs to be a chain signal instead. And since this route is now dealing with... see, up to now, it's only been bullet trains coming up here. Or the fluid train. But now I need to ensure that if a train is going through a signal, it can make the whole trip, and it has to be potentially an 8 long train. So that's fine. That one works. Right, let's get back over here and start laying down everything. It's going to take me a while to get all of this done, unfortunately, but just the way of things. Let's just tuck in down here. And each of these will be for a separate line. Ah. There we go. I do like that when it might not have been obvious to you, but when I've been occasionally kidnapped by a belt, or I've been running through a forest and I've kind of been pushed out of alignment because I hit a tree but my character walked around it, if I was dragging a belt or a rail, even though my cursor ends up quite far removed from the location of it, the game doesn't force that all over the place. So there are some points where having the alignment that is kind of locked in place, you know, the whole thing that we were talking about in previous streams, where you can't just drag and then change. You can, if you press R, it'll reorient it and you can drag it in a different direction from that point. But outside of that, that does protect you from those instances where you do get misaligned, because it just keeps pulling forward in that direction. Though it doesn't like skip down Like, if I was dragging this out like that, if I got pushed downwards, it doesn't start doing this. It just keeps pulling forward along the original line, even though my cursor is now probably down there or something. Which I think is just really nice. See if we can take care of the stuff over here. We're almost out of chests now, though. Won't be too long to be out of inserters either. We almost got it all done, though. So I'm kind of impressed with that. Actually, we might be able to get it all done. Oh, wow. Yeah, we might. If we've managed to do an entire station of just one infantry, I am very impressed. And it does, in fact, look like we did. Wow. Okay, I'm genuinely quite impressed with that. Very happy. And there we go. Station's up and running. And now that the circuitry, the brain of the station is online, it's starting to load as well. All right, very nice indeed. Right, now I need to run this track. I'm going to do that from in here. Sadly, we won't be able to just branch inwards there. But we can branch across here. I guess the thing we could do here as well is try and line up with this section. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Just for the sake of the turn there. Right, oh, we're one too far. And then from here, branch down. Okay, now that is going to complicate this junction a lot. Now, word A for 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, now that would be fine. But because we're going into a junction, going to want to reserve that. That does mean that this one can now stop being a chain signal. Oh crap. I've now reserved that entire line. Alright, let me go and quickly sort that out. Maybe break a track before you start making changes to the signaling on it, to avoid these kinds of situations. Because right now, this now reserves this entire line right down to that signal. Hello, McRollox. Okay. That's a chain signal already, so that's fine. This one now reserves this whole track, though, which is a problem for me. I will place a chain signal here so that if this is a liquid train, it could go up here and free up this junction. But since I'm doing that, I may as well modify this. This is really not a great junction anymore. Like, there's so many turns happening in really quick succession that... Can you please do this for me, bot? Because I'm afraid of this. I'm literally afraid of crossing the tracks right now. There we go. I don't want my death in this game to be because of my own trains. It doesn't feel like that's much to ask. I'm going to be honest with you. Feels like that's a pretty small ask, all things considered. Okay. Right, so I now want this signal to allow full train through. Go. Likewise, over to this junction, the same thing. I don't recall your answer though, champ, when I asked yesterday if you prefer to have signals that are always long enough to accommodate a full train, the biggest train on the network, or whether you prefer a system where you have, let's say, 2 carriages worth of signal, and you just accept that one train will bridge across many signals. It's just you pay attention to junctions to make sure that trains can get through junctions fully. But like just along a regular track, you don't care, and you don't. It's fine if a train is crossing 4 different signal blocks, as long as none of those signal blocks are a junction. I forget what the consensus was on how chat liked to set up their train tracks. Dr. Moriarty says longest train width for me. That's where I tend to sit on it as well, which is why this is just kind of terrifying for me. The most impressive thing about creating an outpost with 1 infantry is not forgetting something. I say this is someone who just turned up to an oil patch without any pumps to load the train. Ah, yes. I usually go for the train length signals, but that's because I find it easier. No, I mean, I think, you know, in reality, it probably is easier. I think maybe the real world agrees with you because it genuinely does help. Oh my lord. One thing is there a setting for this? Actually, there may be. I can't imagine that there isn't, but chat. Okay, so, you know how when you're driving a car, when you reverse, you have to account for the fact that because of the nature of going forward and backwards, that you now turn by turning in the other way. If that makes sense. Like, I'm sure some of you, you know, that description is like, is Aavak okay? Is he on drugs? But if I'm turning to the left, then I turn to the left. If I'm steering the wheels to the left, then I should turn to the right. Okay? From my perspective in the car. But what happens here is not what you would imagine would happen, which would be this. Okay? If my wheels turning one way means that my car travels to the left whilst moving forward, then effectively the reverse should happen if I'm moving in reverse. You know, it should basically follow the opposite of the clockwise or anti-clockwise, depending on my nature of travel, in the same way that, you know, that when a clock is running backwards, it's turning anti-clockwise. That's the whole point. In Factorio, that is not so. I'm holding right. Oh, well, I'm turning to the right. I'm holding down D. I'm now reversing. Okay, let me actually start reversing. So again, turning to the right. Okay, turning to the right. Turning to the right. I'm still just holding the same direction. It's very confusing for my brain. Tanks don't turn that way, says Demonworks. They turn by having the treads run in different directions. Do they? Oh, I suppose so. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Does that? Oh, of course. Yeah. That makes so much more sense to me now. So, when a tank is, it's simply well, I guess it isn't necessarily even that the opposite tank tread is turning in the running in the opposite direction, because if that was the case, well, I guess they can. A tank would be able to turn on the spot. But I suppose there's also instances where, like, if you're turning one way, the other side's treads just stop turning. Is that the way that would work? That makes so much more sense for me. Oh my lord. Thank you so much. A tank should be able to pirouette, yes. I suppose that also makes sense, because in a car you can't do this, can you? Though the tank treads aren't moving, which is a little bit of sadness, whereas they are moving there. That makes so much more sense now. Far from Factorio not having the driving being realistic, my brain wasn't being realistic enough whilst considering the driving. Humbling. The original meaning of tank controls was 2 throttles, 1 for each tread. Oh, that makes sense. Bug found. Tank treads don't move while pivoting. Game unplayable. No, it just minuses like 9 points from the score, so it's still a 1 out of 10 game. Not throttles, brakes. Says Shadow Hiss. I have no idea what the inside, what the like tank controls look like. If you tell me they're like throttles, like you would have with a throttle and stick, I'd believe you. Yeah, I'm fairly certain Factorio car reverses like a car. And you know what? It never occurred to me like that. It was like, well, I mean, car clearly works the right way, so why doesn't tank work the right way? It should have. It should have occurred to me that should work. So, first and foremost, I can't pirouette. So, let's see. Let's left turn. So, turning to the left while in motion gives me anti-clockwise. Turning to the left in reverse gives me clockwise. So yeah, car works as one would expect. For a car to pirouette, doesn't it need a 5th wheel? No, but I would say it can't have like a central drive shaft. Oh, maybe it could with the use of gears. The gear system might be able to change the orientation of or rather change the rotation of the wheels independently, despite the central drive shaft. Traditionally, there were 2 levers to control the tracks. Push forward on both, go forward. Pull back on both, go reverse. Okay. Yeah, an independent four-wheel drive vehicle would allow a car to pivot on a point. Yeah, but you'd need each of the wheels to be moving independently. Yeah. That's the point. I mean, in terms of the way the car moves around, it effectively has 2 wheels. It's just 2 very long wheels, one on each side. But because a car has 4 distinct wheels that are each making individual contact with the ground, you would need to have them moving in a different way. Though I guess you could just have both wheels on the left and both wheels on the right rotating, but no, that wouldn't allow you to pirouette because they'd be fighting against each other then. Because it would almost be like the midpoint of the car would be trying to shear itself. So yeah. Anyway, now that we've got coal, I can set up a coal depot. I could have coal over here. Might not be a bad idea, since we've already got that set up. But if I had coal down here, then coal could be unloaded in either direction. Oh, I like that. I like that greatly. Yes, greatly, I say. That train has been there for so long. I can only imagine that it's very, very bored. Poor train. My issue with putting it down here is that I would need a junction in the middle there. So as much as I would like to, I'm going to say no, and I'm going to instead put it over here. I'll just belt the coal over there instead. So I would want it somewhere down here, but I'm going to need to first locate, pop the tracks in the right place, so... You know what? I'm going to do this on the map because it is a hell of a lot easier to do. 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Jobs are good in. Now then. It will basically need to be equal length to that, but can I be ultra cheeky? Oh, I can. Glorious. That is so much better than having to faff around with that. Alright, that works for me. Though this will now need to be chain signal as well. And since I've just done that, I've broken this rail because it's now one long block, so I need to get that sorted first. Oh, I'm out of rail. Balls. Okay, well, I'll go and change up this this signal first. Wing Vamp says, I work with AGVs. Oh, let me scroll up a bit. AGVs for my job, and we have Panzer drive, trike, inline, and offset drive vehicles, and the maths to make it all happen is well beyond me. Kind of fascinating, though, isn't it? Also, Silver99, fine. Thank you ever so much for the 29 months, buddy. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Also, tracks. Please bring me like 400. Try not to get run over. Yeah, this is well needed though. We're almost out of coal from these mines. How much is left here? 958 coal there. That is not much. And the copper over here. Is there any more copper over there? Why is there no copper? This is very clearly requesting a train. Huh. What's occurring? Oh. Right. So, I'm not reading L from this. I thought that was passing it along, but it is not. That's going to this instead. And that is only getting its signal from that. What are these transmits? Yeah. Yeah, just the signaling there was a little bit skew-whiff. There we go. Oh, wait, no. That's not what I should be doing. Also, what's happening? Oh, dear. Yeah, I thought that would happen. Balls. Alright, Tang Shan, you're going to do some cleaning up. I'll fix copper when I get back down here. They're probably going to get through quite a lot of it, unfortunately. It's taking me much longer than expected to get up and running. Every one of those little chirps is a monument to my failure. Bullet train is back on, yeah. But that doesn't have a... Like, that only protects from the north, not from incursions from the south. I haven't branched out in that direction enough yet to clean up the area. There we go. So they came this way, you see. Easy enough to fix. Just by going over there and wiping them out. Which I feel is now only fair. They broke my stuff, I'm gonna go and break theirs. Not my fault. They didn't account for the fact that I'm far better at it than they are. Oh, that's all gone. Okay. This is basically going to be the Matrix. I'm taking out Zion. This will be the 6th time we have destroyed a biter base. And I assure you, we have become exceedingly efficient at it. If only it was only the 6th time, I would feel less guilty. Oh well, let's go. There's one stuck in the trees. I kind of find that hilarious, but... No, you had your chance to not die. All you had to do was not pick a fight, but you couldn't. So now you're gonna have to take your medicine, and so will your friends. This is why no one likes to play with you. You get everyone else in trouble. And you're not even alive to say sorry for it afterwards. Awful. Toxic behavior. Heyo, Tacit Chatter. Can I show what I've got equipped in the tank? Sure. There you go. May as well clean these out on the way. I don't need to clean them out. I'll go for these ones though. Are we up there? No. Okay, I guess we're going backwards then. Logistics. The way to win wars. Yeah, more or less actually. I mean, I'm not sure that logistics is how you win wars. It's more how your enemy loses them. Right. Okay. That should clear up the potential threats for a little while. And just in case, I'll go throw down a very, very small little fighter base. That's right, Xenophanes. They shouldn't have attacked you. I mean, they didn't actually try to attack you, though. Also, we need a new name for the new coal mine. They attacked the mine next to you, but I understand. They were proximate to your location, and that offended you on a very deep level. I don't want to have to come back up here for a while. Not for that reason. There we go. What is that sound? Is this something still in the tree line? Sounds for all the world as if there is. Well. That should keep us safe. It's the trees. The trees are speaking to us. They're in the trees. Threading the needle. The trees have eyes. No. The trees have ears. The hills have eyes. Flamethrower time. Maybe we'll do a bit of lumberjacking with the flamethrower. But first, need to finish off the train station. And for that, need to go up here and make sure I've got all the gubbins that I'm ordering. Oh, it's so wonderful to see all of this oil here. Truly the best. I mean, I technically don't need most of the guns that are now pointing in this direction anymore. Right, Nico Blazewind has got a name. Let's add this in. There we go. So we've got Nico Blazewind Coal Mine, Xenophanes Oil Wells, PA Nika Copper Ore Mine, Darkest Dodo Iron Ore Mine, Drop Table Iron Ore Mine, Raven 2290 Copper Ore Mine, Lazy Hermit Coal Mine, Moken Oil Wells, and this kid is a teen stone quarry. Oh, we've got enough tracks. And down we go. How many years have I been playing Factorio? I mean, I was playing it way back when it was visually not quite as good. I mean, I checked out Factorio back when they were first posting about it on the Bay 12 forums. That's where I first learned about it. And back then, pretty much the only automation you could do was build a turret and automate ammo production for it. You know, it was ultra basic. It wasn't like, this is clearly a 2D game, but it has an aspect of 3D-ness to it. Back then it was just a 2D game. Yeah, the Dwarf Fortress forums, yep. Pantham said, "You've been playing it for at least 10 because I started watching you play it in 2014. And then a month later, started my own YouTube channel." How time flies. Alright, we'll have just, I think, this here. That branches that into a single stop. Alright, we want to place down the cargo drop-off. I want to line it up to about here, I would say. The coal. And train limit will be 1. Gosh, this is so complicated. I need to go back and watch the VODs. I don't understand what's happening. Snail Mary 2, if you want to ask any questions, happy to answer them. Assuming I've got the answer for you. Bentham, just to make you aware, Duffelfish is basically a Factorio collab superfan from back in the day when you and I would play with Arumba and Stejo and Shen. Answer questions at your peril. You'll only encourage him. Ah, the Massa days. 4 and 5 Fellas was a descent into madness, yes. The foursome you just mentioned with you two, Shen and Rumba, are why I bought this game, said Fully. It's kind of really humbling when people say that. Like, you're sat there thinking, oh, I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's kind of my job to show games. But at the same time, like, I've never really thought of my job as that. I just play games, and for some reason, people like watching me play games. And these two things in combination have somehow resulted in me being able to pay my rent. It's like magic, really, but I don't give it much more thought than that. So when people say things like, this is the reason I got this game, it's almost like, it's like I don't know how to process that information. How am I meant to react? This is crazy. I need to line that up a little bit better. There we go. You have sold me on so many games, I've lost count, said Devilfish. I'm scared to look up how long ago Castle Goat was, but that was a good fort. That was a good fort. Castle Goat and Spider Slaughter. The big No Moria fans know of Castle Goat, but the deep fans, they remember Spider Slaughter. Oh, good lord, it's already accepting. I didn't even think about that. But the second this thing came online, a train was dispatched because suddenly there was a drop-off location and a pickup location. It was like, I can put it somewhere. I have a job. Hooray! I'm employed. Now Father Train won't be disappointed with me anymore. I can hold my head up high next to all my sibling trains. I won't have to sit at the kiddie table at Christmas. I can sit at the adult table. Don't worry, chat. I know that I've just forced at least like 10% of you to relive trauma. I understand. I see you. I am sorry that this is your experience, but know that you are not alone. You're in good company. You are safe with us. I started to play Eco from you in the Dappling server. That is a really fun game, yeah. I can finally have worth in the eyes of the capitalists. Okay.